episode of Oregon Life.
Thanks for
right?
watching this episode
of Oregon Life.
Hello, I'm Frank Russo. Welcome to a brand new episode of Oregon Life. Here is part 3 of Cybersecurity with Andrew Drake. And we are thankful to produce this episode through the generous contributions of Torhorst Insurance. Torhorst Insurance is more than a sponsor of Oregon Life. Torhorst, like OCAmedia, has celebrated our community for over 45 years, fulfilling their insurance needs. Through their generous contributions, Torhorst Insurance has been a wonderful partner to OCAmedia, making it possible for us to produce episodes like Greenhaven Gardens, Keene Garlic, and highlighting the best of Oregon and surrounding areas. And that includes this episode of Cybersecurity with Andrew Drake.
I've worked in technology for 10 years. By no means am I an expert or well-versed. I don't have a technical background. I don't have a computer science degree. I actually have a journalism degree, believe it or not. But so there's a lot of people who are a lot smarter than me when it comes to technology. But I can talk a little bit about some of the new pieces and components that are coming out within the digital world. And one thing I wanted to talk about was AI, which is artificial intelligence. You might have seen some news articles about it. You might have downloaded an app that has AI or things like ChatGPT. If you've seen that before, that's an AI app or algorithm technology that's used. So it's really coming out, and a lot of companies want to take advantage of it, right? Because it is kind of unlocking this new technology. And then there's another side that says, okay, this is really cool, but hold on a second, let's think a little more forward about it. So let's talk about, really quick, just going back to the data itself and us as individuals, right? So think about the data that we share. So we talked about, your name, your phone number, your social security card number, your credit card number. There's a whole other subset of data kind of underneath that hard data, like the true sensitive data that that you don't want to get into the wrong hands, right? You don't want your bank account in the wrong people's hands. You don't want your credit card in the wrong hands, your social security card numbers in the wrong hands. But what about all that other data about us as individuals that, kind of call it secondary data about us? So I'm talking about my hair color, my height, my preferences, what I like, what I don't like, my political affiliation, my gender preferences, or my gender, anything about me can be considered kind of secondary data, and there's a lot of it. So when you start thinking about data that companies are collecting about you, you really have to be conscious about how much data am I giving them, and do I really want them having that data? Because going back to the AI piece, that's where they can create a profile about you and manipulate that when they market to you. So, and we heard a little bit about this with some of the previous elections where, hey, when we were on Facebook, we were getting these targeted ads that were very influential, and there was a lot of drama, about that. Well, it's real and it's happening. And what's scary about it is AI is able to, when we talk about artificial intelligence, it's able to mask that, right? So it's not just getting a, wow, that's a really poignant ad. It's a small influence. It's hey, I know what I can get this person to read and think about. And the scary thing about artificial intelligence is how it's able to manipulate your mind. So us as human beings, we have free thought, we have free will, we're able to feel one way or another way. We're able to make decisions based on how we feel and what we like and don't like. And when AI truly takes hold and takes form, we're already seeing this, they're able to manipulate a lot of that, which again, I think this is why we need to regulate AI, and I think any reasonable person would agree that there has to be some regulation around AI. But I want to take that and talk a little bit about specifically TikTok, right? TikTok obviously is an app where you can scroll through and you get those quick 15, 30-second videos. And there's other ones out there, Facebook Reels, the Instagram Shorts, or YouTube Shorts. Instagram has their own too. So there's a lot of them out there. But what I want to talk about is TikTok, because TikTok is scary. TikTok is owned by the Chinese Communist Party. It is a Chinese app. I can almost bet that you haven't gone in, I haven't gone in and actually read the entire privacy policy. It's about 30 pages long that is part of TikTok. But I have read synopses of it and I've clicked into certain parts of it. And essentially what TikTok does is you're giving them unfettered, unregulated access to your phone. So it's not just looking at how long you're looking at a TikTok video. It's not just looking at, what other websites are you going to. It's not just looking within the app itself. It's looking at everything on your phone. It's looking at your messages that you're sending back and forth. It's looking at not just the websites that you're typing in, but like the keystrokes. Like, what are you typing to someone? Are you entering, banking account information? Are you entering information? It's tracking all of that stuff. And again, this is owned by the Chinese Communist Party. Without a doubt, there's profiles on all of us. Certainly, I mean, they've even admitted to the fact that there's profiles on all of us because think about what TikTok is doing. It's a 15-second video and then another 15-second video. And I'll try to stay away from the morality of, staring at a phone for too long and how that could be corrupting society. That's more on the moral basis. I'm going to stay on the technology and the data basis. When you think about that scroll, the algorithm, what it wants to do is have you stay in the app, right? It wants you to stay in that app and continue to do this. And it's that quick dopamine hit of like, ooh, I like that. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, I like that. And if you scroll too quick, it knows you don't like it. If you stay on it for a while and then you hit the like button, it knows you like it. So it knows that, and the artificial intelligence is going to start feeding into that and try to get you to, what else can I show them? What else can I show them? And then you inject, the influence piece of, well, I want them to be, or I want this person to be looking at this over here. And I want this person to be, thinking this way. So you can gradually guide people into a mindset and an idea. What's really scary about the TikTok app itself, if you're in China and you're a Chinese citizen and use TikTok, you're going to see state-sponsored videos. You're going to see videos of hardworking people. You're going to see videos of, pro-state videos. Look at what you see if you go on TikTok for 5 minutes. You're going to see some of the dumbest things you'll ever find. They're funny, sure. You're going to see a lot of, the Instagram models, the good-looking people who are, doing their videos and their things and their, skimpy shirts and their, short tops and all the other stuff. And it's trash. I mean, there's no other better way to say it. It might be fun to look at and it might make you laugh. It might give you a little bit of excitement, but it's not furthering your life. You're not learning anything new. Where you going back to China, they're learning things. It's uplifting and encouraging and really, truly. The intention is for the betterment, or at least maybe not the betterment, but to align to the Chinese Communist way of thinking and party. It's propaganda, ultimately, is what it is. We're here again. There's no propaganda. It's dumbing down the populace. The other thing to think about, why do you think there's so few ads on TikTok? Ads are how Facebook makes money and some of the other US-based technologies make money. There's so few ads on TikTok because, again, data is currency. They're getting all that data that they want. The currency is the data that's being manufactured and mined from you using that app. So that's something to think about too. Ultimately, I would encourage everyone, get rid of TikTok. I mean, if you like that, Facebook at least has a privacy policy that's public and the government can limit what you can and can't do with that data. The California Consumer Protection Act limits that. There's a lot more regulation that goes into the Facebook and the Instagram pieces. So if you need it, obviously, again, staying away from the morality of staring at a phone all day and allowing children to look at it. At least from a technical data perspective and security perspective, it's far better to use the US-based technologies. Thanks for watching this episode of Oregon Life. Hopefully you enjoyed it and got some insight into this crazy technology world that we're living in.
Watch watching this episode of Oregon Life.
Thanks for
Right?
watching this episode
Episode of Oregon Life.